Welcome to another exciting episode of Starstruck, the only show that gives movie fans the chance to step into the spotlight with Hollywood's biggest names. This week, our feature movie is Brokeback Mountain. Directed by Academy Award-winning filmmaker Ang Lee, the film stars Heath Ledger, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Michelle Williams, and we've been invited to cover the press junket. And as always, out of all your submissions, only one lucky viewer will get the chance to get starstruck. Take a look.
Hey Starstruck, my name's Allison. I've watched your show many times. I think it's a really cool idea, and I'd love to do a celebrity interview sometime. I think I'd be pretty good at it, and there's a lot of hotties out there that I'd like to meet, so please consider me. Thank you. Pick me.
Well, Allison, because you asked, Starstruck is going to make it happen. We set up one-on-one interviews with Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal just for you, so throw on that cowgirl hat because you're on your way to the Brokeback Mountain press junket. And we're just outside Allison's workplace. Allison is a sales rep for Miss 60. This is Carolina, her intern. And Carolina, we are about to burst in and surprise Allison. You helped us set this up. Where does she think you are and what you're up to right now?
She thinks I'm getting clients right now, and instead I'm bringing you guys upstairs.
All right, well, lead the way.
Okay. She's going to be so surprised.
Here we go.
Allison, your clients are here.
Allison, you're on Starstruck. Surprise! Your intern has been in on this for weeks.
Yeah, well, I'll get back at her later. Definitely.
Are you ready to become a celebrity interviewer?
Well, I guess I have no choice at this point, so who am I doing? I mean, interviewing.
I don't know about doing, but you're interviewing Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal because we're taking you to the press junket for Brokeback Mountain.
Get out!
So you up for it?
I'm totally up for it. Well, I can't believe that you guys surprised me at work like that. I sent my submission in so long ago that I didn't really think it was happening. I knew that the film fest was in town, so I was kind of keeping my fingers crossed, and lo and behold, it happened.
Well, I had a great time planning this surprise out with you guys. I wish it was me, kind of, though.
Congratulations, Allison. We're taking you to the premiere and the press junket. Got any idea what you want to wear?
Well, I'm lucky enough to work for Miss 60, so clothes are never a problem. We've got a whole showroom, wicked stuff that I can wear, but I'm just trying to contain my excitement here that I'm going to be interviewing these guys, so let's concentrate on clothes right now.
Let's take a look.
Allison's definitely going to be great at interviewing the celebrities. She's a real people person, and she loves the stars, especially the hot ones.
There's one thing that I've been dying to wear, so it's a cute little top. I think it's going to be great for red carpet. It's kind of flirty, casual, but it's also kind of dressy too. I think it's a really pretty color. Actually looks really good with what you're wearing, so perhaps that's a good pick. I'm a jeans girl. Miss 60 is a denim line, and they make wicked jeans, so I think something like this, something a little bit crisp, is good. Kind of a sleeker look, so I think that's my red carpet outfit. Oh yeah, Jake will stop for this. Miss 60 is an amazing clothing line that I've loved forever. It caters to the sassy, smart, sexy, funky, streetwise girl that's totally in the loop with everything that's going on. And furthermore, celebrities gobble this stuff up. For the interview, I think I'd rather be comfortable, so something a little bit more casual. I like this color a lot, so something like that. And accessories, the belts, I think. And you know what? I love the jeans that I'm wearing. I love the boots that I'm wearing. So I think this is outfit number 2. Okay? Well, actually, I have a little bit of confession. But once he stared into my eyes, we made eye contact, I got starstruck.
premiere of Brokeback Mountain. As you can see, fans are waiting for the arrival of Heath and Jake. Allison, we hooked it up so that you were able to see the film at an industry screening. I personally thought Heath Ledger's performance in this film was stellar, and of course, Jake Gyllenhaal, also a great talent. What did you think of the film?
I thought the movie was beautiful. It was heart-wrenching. The landscape was amazing. Shot in Alberta. Cinematography was wicked too. I really enjoyed it. It's a great movie.
Absolutely. Ang Lee delivered yet another beautiful epic. Now, we want to warm you up for the press junket, so we're going to send you over there to talk to some of the fans to find out why they love Heath and Jake.
Okay.
Here's the microphone.
Okay, fantastic. So let's go in and talk to some fans about tonight's event. Hi girls, how are you tonight? Good. So why are you here tonight?
Johnny Depp and Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger. 'Cause they're all
Great. So lots of hot guys. You're waiting to see them arrive on the red carpet. Have you heard much about the movie?
This one? Yeah, a little bit. I know it's about cowboys.
Well, I guess I'll see you around, huh?
Right.
Why are you here tonight?
Well, I'm here to see the stars, like the big names, you know, like Heath Ledger, Michelle Williams, and Ang Lee's a really great director, so that's why I'm here.
I'm just wondering what brings you out tonight.
Oh, to see Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger.
Okay, so those are two of your favorite hotties?
Right, yeah.
So you're fans of Heath and Jake, both of them?
I enjoy their movies. I think they're good actors.
Okay, what makes Heath Ledger hot?
Top thing? Accent? No, smile. Smile, definitely.
Is that what does it for you?
Yeah.
And what about for Jake?
His eyes.
Yeah, he's got bedroom eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Hey girls, so why do you like Heath Ledger?
He's hot. He's talented.
Well, it always seems that all the girls think he's hot first and then talented second.
She said hot. I said talented.
Okay, so you're the third. What do you think, hot or talented?
Both.
Well, now we wait for the celebrities to arrive. She's looking very glamorous tonight, and she's working it on the red carpet for her photographers. It's Heath Ledger. And he's arriving with his lovely pregnant lady. And there goes Heath Ledger. Wow, he doesn't waste any time. He barely turned around to give us a blink. He was more to the left than right, I guess. Okay, somebody else is arriving to the Elgin, to the premiere. Let's see who it is. Jake Gyllenhaal? Okay, Jake's just arrived. Okay, Jake is approaching us right now, looking very dapper. Hey Jake, welcome to Toronto. Thank you for your film. It was awesome. I saw it last week.
Thank you so much.
Well, he definitely gave the crowd a little bit more attention than Mr. Ledger. Okay, so we're leaving. We've seen the celebrities. That was a tight one. Whoa! There's a lot of people in there. Some excited, some a little surly, but we've done our job here. The red carpet experience was it was fun. It was like a mini red carpet experience because it's very small, very tight. The actors were pretty much paying attention to the main photographers rather than the fans. Jake gave a little bit more of interaction with the fans than Heath did, definitely. But it was good. It was a tight squeeze, but I think everyone in there had some fun, and everyone was excited to see the celebrities that they adore. Yeah. Well, actually, I have a little bit of confession. When I was on the red carpet, I thought it could be all cool and collected when Jake Gyllenhaal showed up. But once he stared into my eyes, we made eye contact. Hey, Jake, welcome to Toronto. Thank you for your film. It was awesome. I got starstruck. It's true. It happened. My new boyfriend. boyfriend just walked by.
The crowds are out for some celebrity stargazing. We are at the hotel where the press junket is happening. Your one-on-ones with Jake and Heath. Are you ready?
I'm ready as I'll ever be, I think, Exan. I've done my research, I've seen the movie, I've got my questions, I've got my enthusiasm. I want to get in there and talk to these hot guys.
Let's do it. Go in there and knock them dead, girl.
It was a little surreal standing in the hallway upstairs waiting for the interviews to begin. I'm just waiting, minding my own business, and Anthony Hopkins is leaning up against the wall. Gwyneth Paltrow walks by me. Woody Harrelson's just like chatting, walking down the hall. So yeah, it's a very strange experience. So I'm minutes away from my interview and just preparing myself, trying to cool down. It's a little bit hot in this hallway, but I think that the interview with Heath Ledger is probably getting me a little bit more hot and bothered. But hopefully everything will go smoothly.
And here we are inside the press room. We are minutes away from your one-on-one with Heath. This is, of course, your first ever celebrity interview, so how are you feeling?
Well, I have to admit I'm feeling a little bit nervous, kind of have butterflies in my stomach, but I'm always up for a challenge, so I think it's going to go smoothly once I get in there and sit down and get to it, so I'm looking forward to it. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So I saw your movie, Brokeback Mountain, a couple days ago, and I thought that it was absolutely amazing, totally heart-wrenching. I cried about 4 times in it, and so I totally got absorbed into it. Absolutely phenomenal performance by yourself, and in a very, very challenging role. You delivered a performance with this character with such strength and subtlety. How did you, there was such inner conflict in your character, how did you balance that rage and that vulnerability to portray it to the audience?
The true answer to most of these questions is I don't know. Unfortunately, it's very easy for us actors to over-intellectualize how we actually accomplish something. I guess I can tell you a lot of it has to do with the preparation. It's you want to be fully prepared, so by the time you get to set and you get to the filming of the movie, it's second nature, and the
Right.
character's you're wearing him on your sleeve, and so my investigation of him was to discover what the inner battle was within him, which was his genetic structure, traditions that have been passed down to him, and then from that point, once I figured out what his battle was, I wanted to physicalize it in his stance and in his posture and his voice. And then the rest, I don't know.
Well, one thing I loved about this film was that it wasn't your classic Hollywood romance. It was nothing of the sort. And I think that we're all familiar with the concept of love, regardless of your sexual orientation. Now, doing this movie, you were a man in love with another man. Yeah. Did you, in this role, did you discover any sort of foreign emotion?
No, I mean, fortunately, I'm pretty confident in love, and I've always investigated love, so I'm very comfortable with it. So there wasn't anything that I could learn from Innes. If anything, I'm sure he could learn something from me.
Right.
Well, that's impossible.
Undeniably, there was a huge chemistry with you and Jake on screen. Now, how did you do that? It was totally believable.
Well, it was actually, the script was one of the most beautiful screenplays I've ever read, and I think you could have put any 2 actors together with that script, and it was already on page. You just had to read the words.
It was well done, well done.
Thanks.
And what about, sorry, that's it? Okay.
If I was to do it all over again, I definitely would have kept my questions shorter. I wouldn't have been so long-winded on my interrogation of Heath, I guess, because that minute and a half goes by really, really fast, and I felt like I probably did more talking than he did.
Here's the proof. It's all on tape. The interview happened. It really did.
It just happened, yeah. It was, actually, you know what? I think it was building up to be a little bit more nerve-wracking than it was. As soon as I got in there, I told him it was my first interview before the camera started rolling, and he almost seemed more nervous than I was.
I just got thrown into it a couple days
All
ago,
right.
so you're my first.
All right.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
Is that good?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much. Speed?
I don't know, but it went smooth. It went fast, and I'm glad I have a bottle of water now because I had big time dry mouth coming out of there. So, but it was good. It was good. I'd definitely like to do that again sometime.
You just might, because we've just been informed that you may have some time with Michelle Williams. So we're going to stick around and see if it happens.
Okay, sounds good. Well, after I finished my first interview, it was kind of cool that Heath Ledger came out of the hotel room and actually looked at me and asked me how I thought my first performance, my first interview was. Well, it just went so fast. Yeah.
Is that all right? How did she do?
She did very well. She did very well.
Thanks.
That was nice. He gave me a little bit of a pat on the back. So I think my first interview was a job well done. So this is my second celebrity interview. The first one was with your guy, Heath.
Ever in your life?
Yeah,
It's just like,
yeah, so I'm just kind of winging it.
that's okay, so am I. It's going great so far. It's exactly how it's supposed to be.
So I saw your film, Brokeback Mountain, a few days ago. Thought it was absolutely amazing. Loved the movie. I cried about 4 times in it. I thought that your performance was stellar, was amazing. I've actually never seen you on film before, so
Okay.
it was a nice surprise. I was very impressed. Looking forward to everything that you do in the future.
Thank
so
you.
what, with your character Elma in the film, what would you say your biggest challenge was with your role with her?
I mean, there are quite a few scattered throughout, but aging was a bit of a challenge from our late teens up into our sort of late 30s. But the thing that I keep finding with work is that the challenge isn't so much what you're going to do with the words, so much as what you're going to do when there's nothing on a page, and it's just time and space and film rolling. That's always where I seem to learn my lessons about where the real work lies, because the words are like a map, and it's a good map, and a map to be trusted when it's a script like this.
Well, working with a director like Ang Lee, he's absolutely one of my favorites, a superior filmmaker, and within his stories, within his movies, you can always guarantee that you're going to have a beautiful story, that you're going to have visually stunning film in front of you. Now, working in BC, working in Alberta, actually, you were. How did the landscape there influence your character? How did it help you? How did it add to your performance?
Ang and I actually talked about that in the beginning when I very first met him, because I grew up not so far away. I grew up in Montana, in Kalispell.
Okay.
So the landscape is really quite similar, sort of a lot of prairie that's flat and goes for days, and then it's serrated with these, mountain jags. And so we talked a lot about how that might relate to the personality of the people in the landscape,
And as far as Ang Lee goes, like from your perspective as an actor, how was he to work with?
Sweet, gentle, kind, man of few words.
Excellent. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up all the questions that I have. Michelle Williams was really cute. She was very sweet. It was one of her first press junk, and she said that she was out of the loop and she was a little bit nervous as well. So she was cute to interview. I enjoyed that one. I felt comfortable with her as well. But it was funny because at the end I didn't have enough questions prepared, so I kind of ran out of things to say. So I started a shameless plug with our children's line that just being introduced for Miss 16 Energy, and the producers, the camera people, cut me off just cold.
As in the nature of all press junkets, nothing is ever guaranteed, and unfortunately we've just been informed that we will not get an interview with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, too bad.
But he is going to be walking the carpet for another movie that he is in with Gwyneth Paltrow and Anthony Hopkins, Proof. So you up for covering that carpet?
Absolutely. I'm there. Just tell me when. how many people are here, I think it's going to be virtually impossible for me to actually see the celebrities when they get out of the limo. This is the guy who's really on top of his game, Jake Gyllenhaal. The girls just love him. They eat him up.
And that brings us to the end of another celeb-studded episode of Starstruck. Allison, you got to sit down for a one-on-one interview with Heath Ledger and Michelle Williams, and you also got to meet Jake Gyllenhaal on the carpet. What was the most memorable moment for you out of this entire Starstruck experience?
Well, there were many laughs, there were many tears, but I would say that the highlight definitely was when, after my interview with Heath Ledger, he came out into the hallway and said that I gave a great performance, and he gave me a thumbs up. So it was very cute, and it made my day, and it was definitely the highlight.
Very thoughtful of him. Now, you two at home can also interview the stars. Allison, why don't you tell them what they need to do to be on the show?
All you need to do is just send in your submission.
It's as simple as that. You can jump on a computer, send us an email submission, or pick up a video camera and record yourself telling us who your favorite celebrities are, why you want to interview them, why you think you should be chosen. And you can find our mailing and email address on our website at iamstarstruck.com. And before we go, Allison, I have one final surprise for you. In my hot little hands, I have a pair of tickets for this evening's premiere, which means you get to see the film with the stars. So there you go.
Cool, sounds like fun. You're always full of surprises.
That I am. We'll see you next time. Allison, you're on Starstruck. Surprise! Your intern has been in on this for weeks.
Yeah, well, I'll get back at her later. Definitely.
Are you ready to become a celebrity interviewer?
Well, I guess I have no choice at this point. So who am I doing? I mean, interviewing.
I don't know about doing, but you're interviewing Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal because we're taking you to the press junket for Brokeback Mountain.
Get out.
So you up for it?
I'm totally up for it. Let's go. Hey, Jake, welcome to Toronto. Thank you for your film. It was awesome. I saw it last night.
Thank you so much.
Please refer to your manuals.